Have you ever wondered about the legacy of the only U.S. president to resign from office? Richard Milhous Nixon's presidency was as controversial as it was significant, a time of both triumph and turmoil. But who was he, really? And how did his presidency shape the United States? Born on January 9, 1913, to a poor family of Quakers in Southern California, Nixon's journey from small-town boy to the highest office in the land is nothing short of extraordinary. After graduating from Duke Law School and serving in the Naval Reserve during World War II, Nixon entered politics, initially as a representative from California. His reputation as a fervent anti-communist, built during the Alger Hiss case, catapulted him to national prominence. By 1950, he had secured a Senate seat, and 2 years later, he became vice president under President Dwight D. Eisenhower. A decade later, after a narrow loss in the 1960 presidential election to John F. Kennedy and a failed bid for governor of California, Nixon made a triumphant return to politics. In 1968, he won the presidency, defeating the Democratic incumbent, Vice President Hubert Humphrey. Nixon's presidency witnessed significant events, both domestically and internationally. He ended American involvement in the Vietnam War and the military draft in 1973. His visit to China the previous year paved the way for diplomatic relations between the two nations, and he also concluded the anti-ballistic missile treaty with the Soviet Union. On the domestic front, Nixon championed environmental causes, creating the Environmental Protection Agency and passing legislation such as the Endangered Species Act and the Clean Air Acts. He lowered the voting age from 21 to 18 and enforced the desegregation of Southern schools. Nixon also began the war on drugs and imposed wage and price controls. However, Nixon's second term was marred by the Watergate scandal. Starting with a break-in at the Democratic National Committee office and escalating due to the Nixon administration's cover-up efforts, Watergate eroded Nixon's support. Facing almost certain impeachment and removal from office, Nixon resigned on August 9, 1974. In summary, Richard Nixon's presidency was a time of significant change. He ended American involvement in the Vietnam War, established diplomatic relations with China, and championed environmental causes. However, his presidency will always be remembered for the Watergate scandal that led to his resignation. Nixon's story serves as a reminder of the highs and lows of political power and the profound impact a presidency can have on a nation.